Hi everyone, Tool Time Jen here with screwdriver, screws, and furniture or shoe rack that I am putting together. So as I'm as I'm putting together like the millionth piece of furniture to put together, I wanted to do a vlog about restarting, because in my life I don't even know how many friggin' shoe racks I've had to purchase or put together. Even like around me, like this coffee table, well, my son put the first one together, but then it had a broken piece, and then I put the second one together. I don't know, helped put the couch together because that was all in pieces. And it's ironic because I threw this sweatshirt on, and this was the shirt that I wore when my apartment flooded last year. So it's not just a C word that I want to talk about. It's a matter of like restarting. I was watching This Is Us, which is on Netflix, even though I've already watched it, but there's like 4 episodes left or something. And spoiler alert if you haven't watched it or if you're not this far yet, so just pause for a minute, because I'm giving a spoiler. But I'll do this so that you can't read my lips, but Toby and Kate get divorced. And that was the episode that I was just watching. And I have been through a divorce. It's been, this year will be 10 years. Yeah, so there's a lot of loss there, obviously. I feel like I should be screwing in screws while I'm doing this, because it's just appropriate. There's a lot of loss there when you get divorced. Obviously you're losing a partner. In my case, I lost my house, had to move. Wait, is that the right one? I want to make sure I'm lining these all up right, because if I'm not, that's not going to work. I've learned through the years of putting furniture together that like slow and steady wins the race. And it's ironic as I'm saying that out loud, because I feel like I don't do that enough in real life. But these are all the shelves to the shoe rack, and if I miss up one, it's gonna be crooked and it's not gonna work. I've put enough furniture together incorrectly at this point in my life to know the correct way of putting together furniture to actually have it work. The reason why I never really have long nails, because like I do stuff like this and you can't really do this kind of stuff with super long nails. Anyway, so yeah, I've been through a divorce, lost my house, had to move, went to IKEA and got a tool set. This I took after the flooding because I'm like, I still need to have stuff, and you can just wipe this stuff off. It doesn't really I don't think it's been moldy at all. But then I moved to an apartment, and that was a new life for me and my kids. To be in an apartment after having lived in a house that was pretty big, well, my life changed, and so did my address. And then this is more of like a what's Jen been through? What's caused all these gray hairs? You see that? My roots. I gotta get my roots done. Yeah. So then changes. I had gotten to a car accident a few months after I was living on my own. Hit black ice. Car went into a concrete median and it was totaled. I was okay and my kids were okay. But yeah, that happened. So there was a slowing down of life because you're forced to. I learned about medical leave and stuff because well, aside from having kids, I never needed to go on a medical leave. I feel like I should be rotating this the other way so I could do the other side. Yeah, so that happened. And then, I mean, I guess we could fast forward over stuff because obviously there were good things in between those times, but I had a long-term relationship with someone after that, and that did not work out. And that was a really big, like, emotional loss. And again, having to restart. So, and doing things for myself, which I feel like in general in my life, I've done a lot of stuff on my own, not out of choice, out of, there not being the support that I would have hoped for. From the people that you expect, I should say, is a little asterisk. You get divorced and stuff. That screw's not in there, right? You often lose friendships. And then when you're on your own, like, people are just weird about it when you're divorced and you have a couple of friends and all of a sudden it's just an awkward dynamic. So then you're starting over, finding friends that get it, that are part of this new world of being divorced that you're now in. Why is this screw not going in? I'm going to skip it and come back to it. I was blessed that I found this organization called Vesta, VESTA, and became good friends with the woman who created it and used a lot of their resources. And that helped me to create a new life as a single person, where I hadn't been single for a very long time. I was married for just under 20 years. So a long time, long thing to get used to. But it's all rebooting and it's all restarting. And then, like, the world was like my oyster around like 2018, 2019. Things were going so well in my life. I was in great shape and had my talk show. It was doing really well. I was traveling and it was awesome. And then the whole breast cancer thing came into my life. And yeah, cancer scares. Oh, wait. Oh, okay. I thought I put one upside down. I don't think so. I think they're all right side up. Yeah. Which I've said before, like, they're the people I thought would step up to help me didn't, and that was really, really, really hard. It still is really hard. It's a loss, and I've processed that enough through these vlogs and stuff that you can backtrack, and I'm trying to be understanding about stuff. But when you come home from the hospital and your boobs have been chopped off, it's not the easiest thing to do and to handle, when the people that you thought would like always be there for you just like disappear. And at this point it's been 2.5 years, so like, I guess some people need time. Sometimes those people come back in your life, and sometimes they don't. And damn, this one shelf is just not cooperating. Yeah, it's a hard decision to make when, like, someone decides to, after many, 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 many years and many efforts on your part, that they then eventually decide to be part of your life. But in the meantime, then you ask the question, well, if now that things are settling down with the whole cancer journey, it's like, now you want fun gen again, but fun gen is fun gen, and I am most likely going to need another surgery. So You want to hang with fun Jen, but you don't want to hang with post-surgical Jen, and I'm sorry, but that's the same Jen. And that's just hard. But it always works out. See, the screw eventually went in. It's just hard rebooting and recreating. And I understand that that's where I am in my journey right now, is the recreating. So I mean, the other thing, after the diagnosis and surgery and the PT and all this stuff, it was a year ago, a little bit over a year ago, that my apartment flooded. And it's really weird because, like, at this point I've unpacked all the stuff that there was to unpack, and I lost a lot of stuff from, like, being wet and moisture. Like, all my furniture I had to buy new furniture, and it's like, how many times do I have to buy new furniture? Like, when you live on your own, and like, for me, I went to grad school, and then, I mean, that was the first time I lived, like, on my own, and you have furniture that, they give you at school or whatever. But I had an IKEA, it's a weird relationship I have with IKEA. I had an IKEA end table where I put, like, I had a printer on it later. I don't know what I probably used it as a nightstand or something when I was in grad school, because there were really no printers there, not personal ones. And that nightstand stayed with me until this move. And it was probably fine for me to have traveled with it. Wait, righty tighty, lefty loosey. Why is this not going in? I'm sick of putting together furniture. Yeah, so my apartment flooded, and I lost pretty much all my furniture. And I had, like, my kids' furniture I had, but I moved to a smaller apartment, so their beds just didn't fit in the new apartment, so I had to buy new beds and figure out, 3-bedroom, like, family living, moving into, like, 2-bedroom quasi empty nester living. And you'd think it's exciting that you get, like, I went to grad school, and it's exciting because you're on your own for the first time, and you get to make these decisions and do this stuff that you want to do and not listen to your parents and all that stuff. And then, like, I moved to an apartment that was off campus, and then, there's new furniture, and then I moved to a house, and there's new furniture, and then, just when you get settled, I was there for a long time, and then we moved to Massachusetts, and I'm glad that we moved, but, like, I feel like I was just being pulled away from the things that I knew. I had a great group of friends in New York, parents whose kids were friends with my kids. See, there we go. And I still go back and visit them because my mom still lives in that area. But it's starting anew, like, again, and making new friends, because now you're in a new state where I didn't know anybody, and I did that, and then, got divorced, and the friend thing gets all weird, because, like, Jen's single, like, how do we handle that? Did I put all the screws in? When did that happen? That's funny. I have to tighten them all. I don't remember putting the last screw in. That's funny. Maybe there's a lesson in all that. I don't know. I'm tired of lessons. Like, I think at the point in my life, I've learned a lot of friggin' lessons. So I moved here and get to restart, and it's just, there's so much newness. Like, new shirt, new hair color, new shoe rack for the billionth time, new chair, new coffee table, new. And yes, I get to choose those things, but sometimes you just want to, like, crawl up in the comfy bed that and just, like, chill. and with all the changes, like that home landing base for me just isn't there, and that's hard. I'm sure over time I will feel that way about here. I don't know how long I'll stay here, but it's weird not having a landing place. So I don't really have any I don't really have any like mega words of wisdom, and I'm not like, I mean, I know I've been like pretty down lately, and I don't feel that way right now, because look, I just put together my shoe rack, even though I had to tighten things up. And I'm grateful that like things healed with the surgery, because after a mastectomy, you sure as hell can't do this movement of like tightening screws with a screwdriver. So that's not a thing, or that wasn't a thing, but that's not, you know, that's done, and I'm healed. I need my reading glasses, I can't see. So I have the ability to use a screwdriver again to tighten stuff. And I've been going to the gym and working on my upper body strength for one, and, you know, getting strong there, and rebuilding when you don't expect to have to rebuild, and you kind of have to do it anyway. And you kind of lose your vision too as you get older, because you can't see things. Like, where's the lines for the screws? All right, these are all tight. So here's my shoe rack. Well, actually that's upside down. I'm gonna tighten the other side too, but here's my shoe rack. Ta-da. Do I want to have to put together all these shoe racks? No. Do I have the ability to? Yes. Is it a little much that it took me like a year to actually like get the shoe rack to go in the apartment? Whatever. I had to rebuild a whole new apartment, like I said, and like money doesn't grow on trees, even though I know paper does, whatever. But baby steps, like when you move someplace new, unless you have like a shit ton of money, you're not going to be able to buy all the things that you have to buy in one fell swoop. So you make a priority list. And a coffee table and a couch took priority over my shoe rack. And I had lost a lot of shoes because with the flooding, they took them to industrially clean them. But when they did that, the heat from whatever they used to clean it melted or kind of disintegrated the, hold on, I have to do the other side. The glue on my shoes. So I put the shoes on, and many of them lasted maybe 1 or 2 trips out of the house, and then the heel would fall off, and then that was the end of those shoes. So yeah, so you get new shoes, and you realize that in life, like, how many shoes do you actually really need? You know, it's not a matter of being fashionable, it's a matter of like, you know, rain, snow, sand. Although, come to think of it, I don't even know if I own flip-flops anymore. You know, like, which shoes do you need? But you figure it out. And you go through the cycles of your highs and your lows, and you figure it out. And you go through your cycles of, you know, who's in your life, who's there to support you, who's not. Who do you want back in your life? Who do you not? But I have to say, with all that, as I'm on my last row of tightening screws, and maybe it's also because like I'm 52 and hitting 50, you have these like revelations. I feel like younger people have a hard time with this, but you know, I said this many times, but you get one life. You get one life, and fortunately for me, I was given a second chance at life after my surgery, and when, I mean, they never actually gave me an all clear. I mean, I'm still on the meds and, you know, doing the Zometa, whatever, the Luprons are done. Oop, I just stripped one of the screws. Oopsie. But in that, like, you just have to always ask yourself, like, is this working for you? You know, is this something that's going to add to the quality of your life, or is it something that you feel obligated to do and that will cause you stress? There's a very, very short list of things I feel obligated to do, of connections that I still have. But when it comes to friends, there's no obligations there. Like, I'm happy to help my friends now that some of them are going through some stuff, and I have the ability to help them. I don't mean financially. I mean, like, you know, run and get them groceries, or offer to drive by and give them a hug or something, you know. Ta-da! Although I do have one more step. Directions. Twist to level with surface. I'll have to do that in the other room. But here she is, my shoe rack. Now I get to put some shoes on it. And it has this like stuff that I can wipe. But there's also, wait for it, there's also this little thingy that goes on the side, so I can put stuff in the pockets, like the flip-flops I don't own yet, but will own. Isn't that cool? Guess where I got it? Amazon. I don't even know how you put this thing on. Oh, I think it just sits on top, like a little pocket. Look at that. Look at that. How cute. Isn't that neat? Here. Isn't that cool? Organization. Oh my gosh, everything needs to have a place to go so that my apartment isn't a shithole. And then there's Velcro-y things here to attach somewhere. I think here. I think. I'm not quite sure. Sorry, actually there's two of them. Wait, is there three? No, it's 1, 2. So, I would say to focus on the people that are bringing you joy and happiness, and not being so stuck on the, you know, woulda, shoulda, couldas, because that doesn't get you really very far. Turn this back on its side. And, well, how is this supposed to work? There's a bar in the way. Directions. If only there were directions in life. Hold on, I can't see. Sorry. Yeah, it goes under. I just have to pull it harder, I think. Yeah, that makes sense. I just have to pull it harder. I just have to try harder. But no, actually I don't, because I've been trying so hard to have things look like what I thought they should look like. And that's been very much out of my control over the past few years. As I heal from all this crap. So, you know, you do what you can do. And one of the best pieces of advice that people have given me is to give yourself grace. Because I am very tough on myself, and I'm still learning about being kind with myself, taking things slow, acknowledging the speed or lack of that my body needs to heal. Come on, look at that sucker. Pockets. I could put anything in these. What should I put inside? I don't know. I don't own 2, 4, 6, 8 pairs of flip-flops. But here she is. There's my shoe rack with my little thingies on the side to put little stuff in. And now I'm going to go into my closet and I'm going to vacuum the floor and clean my shoes and put them on said shoe rack. Woo-hoo. That makes me very excited. Here, I'll keep my shoe rack in the picture. I'm way too excited over a shoe rack. Isn't she lovely? Baby steps, people. You gotta have baby steps. You gotta have baby steps. And you gotta know that it's like, it's gonna be okay. Like I said, I don't know if I'm gonna be in this apartment forever. I don't know. Do I have to make that decision right now? No, I just signed a new lease, so I know I'm here for another year. But be kind to yourself. Give yourself some grace with this whole process. Don't think you have to do everything tomorrow. And don't think also that your journey is just like everybody else's, because it's totally not. It's amazing how somebody else reached out to me recently and asked me to do some sort of programming thing that they're creating, and that's like awesome for them, but I'm just not in a space to add some other program or something into my life right now. Like I'm in a good place with what I'm doing, so I don't want to add anything in. My biggest thing right now is that like I joined the gym, I'm logging what I eat. I was doing really well with like, I lost like 3 pounds or something, and then I saw a really great Italian place that has really good calzone, and I ate the whole thing. It tasted so good. But I'm like, why did I just eat the whole thing? And then I felt like mush after. But that's why I'm logging what I'm eating, so I could be like, you know, Jen, just stop eating even though it looks really good. I don't know. And then someone asked me to like act in a short film that they're doing, and I did that last week. We did one scene, and then we did another scene yesterday, and I've been on, I mean, aside from the vlogs and stuff, like I've been on the news and I've done my own show and stuff, but I've never acted before. I've never pretended to be somebody that's not me, like for anything in front of the camera. So it was interesting to have to like memorize lines and do multiple takes. The first scene went pretty quickly, but the second scene took a lot of takes. There was a baby involved, so we had to make sure that the baby was, you know, fitting into the scene well. But it was fun, and I laughed, and it was something different that I just kind of fell into, and it was wonderful. And I don't know, maybe I'll do more things like that. Who the heck knows? Yeah, but yeah, so I just wanted to come on and, I don't know. I never know really quite what the moral or the story is when I do these vlogs. I'm just like in a space of something, and again, that episode about them and the change that happened, again, I don't want to give spoilers there, kind of prompted me to, you know, what's different. Because there's a lot that's different. And like right now it's like 35 degrees outside, and I have the door cracked, which is probably why you hear all this background sounds. But it's comfortable for me because I'm not hot flashing when I have 35-degree weather like blowing into my apartment, which makes me feel very comfortable. And the greenery is nice, and I like where I live, and I feel safe here. And I really should have gone out of the apartment at some point today. The sun's gonna go down soon. But I did get a lot of stuff done. Yeah, it's change, and just give yourself grace that it takes time to acclimate to all the change. All right, so I'm gonna go vacuum my closet, stick this bad boy in there, and then organize somehow, and then not eat a full calzone for dinner today. But eat something that makes me smile. Because I have been through enough, and I think I am far worth, you know, treating myself. Where's my screwdriver? Oh, once in a while, to something that's nice to eat. One thing I've noticed, by the way, just random fact as I'm putting my screwdriver away, is since the whole, oh wait, that's not where that goes. Since the whole breast cancer thing. I was under the impression, or was told or read or whatever, that you are not supposed to have alcohol really after you've been diagnosed with hormone positive breast cancer, because the wait, where did I put the tip away? No, where did I put the tip? Uh-oh. Where did I put the tip for the screwdriver? Ah, multitasking. I pulled it apart with my hand. Now I don't know where the tip went to. Oh, I'll find it when I get off. I thought I put it in here, but it's not in here. Well, that's annoying. I'll find it. Yeah, the alcohol thing. I don't, if I have wine, like my hot flashes come on like strong and hard. I have not really been much, I miss the taste every now and again, but like I really can't drink wine anymore. Like it just does not work for me. Strangely, like hard liquor, I have less hot flashes, although I'm not, maybe because you don't like drink a lot of it, I don't know. But I just, yeah, weirdly noticed that like, I don't feel good when I have in particular wine, since this whole thing happened. So like regardless of like what the rules are with stuff, I just, I think it just exacerbates the hot flashes pretty badly. So I don't really drink much wine anymore. But I will enjoy a glass every now and again. Maybe like when I find where the heck the other part of my screwdriver is. I don't know. I'm gonna go look for it. I don't know. All right. So give yourself some grace. Do something kind for yourself today. And don't worry. Be happy. That's all I got. Bye.